Okay, so good day to everyone. I hope you're doing fine sa inyong bahay. And let's start our topic regarding infection control and communicable diseases. So infection is a growth of microorganisms in body tissues where they are not usually found. So technically, kapag nagkaroon ka ng infection, ang principle ng infection is, for example, ang normal flora ng skin natin is Staphylococcus aureus. Pag napunta yan sa digestive system mo, pag napunta yan sa brain mo, pag napunta yan sa puso mo, doon na po magkakaroon ng infection. Cross-contamination ng isang microorganism na hindi naman present sa isang body part. Okay? So ano po ba ang mga types ng microorganism? We have bacteria, the most common, okay? Napakaraming bakterya sa mundo, kapatid, no? Sila yung isa sa mga madaling patayin, pero, okay? Pero, ah, nag-evolve throughout the years. Okay? Next is viruses. Consists of nucleic acid and dumadami lang sila. Okay? Nakapagpa-reproduce lang sila kapag nakapasok na sila sa host nila. Okay? Sa living cell. Okay? Pero ang virus po, kapag nasa atmospheric air, kapag nasa labas ng body ng tao, nasa labas ng body ng animals, madali po silang mamatay. Okay? They cannot survive on their own. Okay? Next is the fungi. Includes yeast and molds. Ito po yung mga alipunga. Yan po yan. May mga mushroom. That's the fungus. Okay, the fungi. Next is the parasite. Dito na papasok yung mga bulate, okay, mites, kuto, okay, that something can infest a certain part of the body. Okay? Types of infection, we have local infection, specific lang sa body part. Okay, for example, nagkaroon ka ng sugat, nagnana, that's a local infection. While systemic infection, microorganism spreads damage in different parts of the body. For example, nagkaroon ka ng sugat, okay, that's local infection. Now, yung bacteria mo sa sugat mo, okay, umikot sa bloodstream mo, nagkaroon ka ng septicemia, infection in the blood. That is a systemic infection. Ano pa? For example, nagkaroon ka ng tonsillitis. As I mentioned, di ba, pag nagkaroon ka ng tonsillitis, frequent, okay, or recurrent tonsillitis, okay, pwedeng yung bacteria sa lalamun mo mapunta sa puso mo, and that causes rheumatic heart disease. That is also systemic infection. Next is the acute infection. Generally, appear suddenly or last a short time. For example, 1 week, 1 month, okay? 3 weeks, 2 months. Pero pag iyan ay matagal na, for example, 3 months to 6 months and above, that is the chronic infection. Long period. Okay? May mga times na matagal to ng years. Ano ang common na chronic infection? UTI po. May mga times na asymptomatic ang UTI. Okay? Yet, nasa body mo pala. Magugulat ka na lang. Nagpa-check up ka this month, may UTI ka. Next year, may UTI ka na naman. Okay? Next, we have nosocomial and health-related infection. Number 1 is the urinary tract infection. Okay? Ang urinary tract infection, this is the most common infection in the hospital. Saan to nakukuha? Sa catheter po. Improper catheterization technique. Okay? At the same time, hindi napapalitan ang urinary catheter. Okay? Sa private hospital, well, napapalitan siya every 1 week. But sa government, I doubt it. Okay? Hindi ko naman sa kino-compare yung private sa public hospital in terms of practices. But, of course, lagi natin kasing iisipin yung budget ng tao. Okay? Yung financial status nila. Yung sa private hospital, of course, kaya nilang bumili ng isang damakmak na Foley catheter. Pero sa government hospital, expect mo, wala po yung pambili. Okay? Na every week ng Foley catheter. Okay? So, kung kinakailangan niya na naka-Foley catheter for 1 month, okay? Kailangan po 4 times siya magpapalitan kasi we have 4 weeks sa isang buwan. Tama? So, yun po yun. Okay? And it can cause UTI po. Next is surgical site. Dito po papasok yung mga MRSA na, okay? Inadequate hand hygiene, cross-contamination na dahil si nurse hindi masyadong mabusisi, hindi masyadong malinis sa katawan, hindi nag-hand hygiene, hindi pinapractice ang hand washing, okay? So yun po yun. Ano pa? Pwede po hindi napapalitan yung soiled, okay? Soiled tuloy. Soiled na wound dressing, okay, na dapat po every shift napapalitan, dapat po every day napapalitan, dapat po every day na wound clean, okay? So, yun po yun. Next is the bloodstream. Ano po ang bloodstream? The most common bloodstream microorganism includes coagulase, negative, staphylococci. Dito na papasok ulit yung inadequate hand hygiene na naman. Ano pa? Staphylococcus aureus. Kasi nga, yung bacteria sa skin, nakapasok dun sa dugo through IV access. Okay? Ano pa? In a proper intravenous fluid, tubing, and site care technique. Kapatid, sa IV access ng mga pasyente nyo, always remember, dapat po 3 days lang ang IV catheter. After ng 3 days, kahit maganda pa yung linya ng IV mo, tanggalin mo, i-reinsert mo ulit sa ibang site. Okay? Or else, possible yan na ma-infect. Okay? Ganun po ang IV access. No? Yung ibang hospital, hindi na po napapractice to. Kasi nga naman, magtutusok na naman sa pasyente. Gagastos na naman ng pasyente for the IV cannula. Well, given yun. Gusto kasi natin ng standard care. Kaya, every 3 days, dapat po pinapalitan ng IV catheter. Even, no? Including pala, the IV tubings. Dapat 3 days papalitan lahat yan. Okay? Kapag nagpalit ka na ng IV tubings, magpapalit ka na rin ng IV catheter and vice versa. Okay? How about IV fluid? Sir, question. Pang 3 days na yung IV access niya, yung IV cannula niya, yung IV tubing niya, pero yung sa dextrose niya, okay, 800 ml pa. Ano po gagawin namin yun? Kapatid, i-discard mo na rin yung IV fluid. Okay? Kasi nonsense din kung hindi mo papalitan ang IV fluid mo kapag pinalitan mo ang IV tubings at ang IV cannula mo. Okay? Standard practice lang. Magastos pero that's the ideal. Okay? Kung ako pamimiliin, yun ang papagawa ko sa nurse ko eh. Kasi syempre, nagbabayad na ako for my treatment. Syempre, might as well, ibigay na yung best sa akin. Hindi na ako titipirin. Okay? Next is pneumonia. The most common causative microorganism for pneumonia includes Staphylococcus aureus. Inadequate hand hygiene na naman. Ano pa? Pseudomonas, Enterobacter species. Yung improper suctioning technique ng mga nurses na naman. Okay? Kasi hindi sterile. Kapag po mag-administer tayo or mag-incorporate tayo or mag-a-apply tayo ng suction catheter, okay, for example, sa mouth ng pasyente, sa nose ng pasyente, sa endotracheal tube ng pasyente, kailangan po yun sterile. Okay? Or else, baka dun makuha yung microorganism ng pasyente. Okay? At dun pa siya magkaroon ng infection. Kaya huwag kayong magtaka. May mga ibang naka-admit sa hospital, ganito nangyayari, sa ICU. Ang problema niya lang is liver. Ang problema niya lang sakit sa puso. All of a sudden, okay, nagka-pneumonia. Okay? Kasi pagka sinasuction ng nurse yung mouth, dami palang bacteria ng catheter, hindi sterile gumamit ng suction tip. Okay? Ano pa? Madumi rin po ang hangin sa ospital. Okay? Na po pwede kapag immunocompromise ka or let's say na-admit ka sa ospital. Stress ka ba nun? Yes. Pagka ba stress ka, tataas ang cortisol level mo sa katawan? Yes. Pag tumaas ang cortisol level mo sa katawan, cortisol is the stress hormone ha. Magkakaroon ba ng pag-decrease ang immune system mo? Yes. Ngayon, makalanghap ka lang ng isang alikabok na may Staphylococcus aureus, pwede ka nang magka-pneumonia. Ganun po yun. Okay? Kaya po, dagdag ko na lang din sa pneumonia, kaya po sa hospital po, bawal ang bata. Okay? Kaya kung ako sa inyo, kung may nakikita kayo or staff nurse na kayo, merong gustong nag-i-insist na magulang, papasok yung anak ko, gusto kasing bisitahin yung lola niya, lolo niya, yung nanay niya, yung tatay niya, hindi po pwede. Or else, baka mamaya magkaroon ng pneumonia yung bata. Okay? Prevention is better than cure, mga kapatid. Okay. Now, let's discuss about the chain of infection. Kapatid, cycle po yan. Okay? Mag-start tayo sa pathogens. Yun nga yung na-discuss ko kanina. The bacteria, the virus, the fungi, the parasite. Okay? Next is the reservoir. Sa reservoir, this includes the people, the animals, soil, food, water. Ano mapapansin nyo? Reservoir is the field ng microorganism kung saan sila po pwedeng mag-exist, saan sila po pwedeng magparami. Okay? So next is the portal of exit. This includes, for example, nasa body ng human or body ng animal, portal of exit, this includes the coughing, the sneezing, the body secretions, the feces. Okay? Now, next is the mode of transmission. This is the direct contact, indirect contact, the vector. Next is the portal of entry, the mouth, the nose, the eyes, the cuts in the skins. Okay? And the susceptible host. This includes the elderly, the infants, immunocompromised, or anyone. Now,
kung maririnig nyo yung let's break the chain of infection, eto po yun. Paano natin i-break? Number one, o isa-isahin natin, the pathogens. Paano mo masisira yung infection, chain of infection through means of pathogen? Simple. Maglinis ka ng paligid mo, mag-disinfect ka, mag-UV rays ka ng or UV light ka, okay? Mag-autoclave ka ng mga gamit. Kung gusto mo gumamit ka ng bleach kapag sa paglilinis. Of course, hand hygiene, hand washing, okay? That's the best, okay, answer, the best choice, okay, kapag gusto mong sirain ang pathogen. Reservoir, ganun din po. Okay? Paglilinis ng katawan, pag-hand hygiene, paglinis ng kapaligiran, okay? Paglinis ng mga stagnant water, okay? Prepare ng right preparation sa food, okay? And lesser contact sa soil. Of course, ba't ka naman hahawak ng lupa, no? Okay, weirdo. Next is portal of exit. Coughing, sneezing nga, as I mentioned. So, pwede kang gumamit dito ng face mask. Okay? Ng gloves. Next is mode of transmission. Okay. Ito na yung indirect contact, direct contact, vectors nga. Pwede mong i-consider dito yung mga precaution mo. Mamaya, madidiscuss ko yun. The standard, the droplet, the airborne, the contact precaution, yan po yan. Next is the portal of entry. The mouth, nose, eyes, cuts in the skin. Kaya po yung mga nurses gumagamit ng personal protective equipment or also known as the PPE. Okay? Na pagkahalimbawa, merong contact precaution, naka-gloves sila, tsaka naka-gown sila. Kapag droplet precaution, naka-N95 mask sila. Okay? And goggles sila sometimes. Or kapag naman airborne talaga, complete set of PPE. And sa susceptible host, dito natin, okay, kino-consider yung patient isolation. Okay? Yun yung maririnig nyo sa hospital na merong ina-isolate na pasyente, reverse isolation, regular room, ward, etc. Kasi po, kailangan po, lahat ng mga communicable diseases, naka-separate po sa non-communicable diseases. For example, may maa-admit sa hospital mo, ward, okay? Sa ward, meaning 3 beds or more. Okay, ganun po ang definition ng ward sa hospital. 3 beds or more sa isang room. Now, may maa-admit sa ward na yon, myocardial infection, pinaghalo, myocardial infarction, okay? That's MI, atake sa puso, okay? Na-admit sa ward. Now, may maa-admit, okay? Nag-LBM, may acute gastroenteritis. Pagsasamahin mo ba sa isang room? Depende. Kung wala nang bakante, pwede. Pero kung may bakante pang room at pwede siyang inilagay sa private room, di ilagay na lang siya sa private room. Okay? Oh, ganun din. Pneumonia. Okay? Anong pneumonia? That's airborne yun. So, ano gagawin mo? Ihalo mo ba siya sa non-communicable diseases? Of course not. Okay? Precautions natin. Ito po yun, the standard. The standard is the basic level of infection control. Okay? Ang i-consider mo lang dito, always do hand washing. Okay? Next is contact precaution. Direct or indirect contact sa contaminated body fluids, equipment, or environment is anticipated. So, gagamit ka dito ng mga gloves. Okay? Clean gloves lang naman, hindi naman sterile gloves. Okay? Next is the droplet precaution. Should be utilized when working within 3 feet of a patient who is coughing or sneezing or during procedure that results in dispelling droplets into air. Ano example na ito? TB. Okay? TB po. So, ano gagawin mo? 3 feet away sa pasyente. Safe ka na po nun. Pero considering wearing a face mask, ordinary yung face mask ba? Surgical face mask ba? Hindi. Dapat po N95 mask. Okay? Mahirap lang huminga. Ano ang i-consider mo kapag magwe-wear ka ng N95 mask? Kailangan po fit sa mukha mo. Hindi po pwede yung pang-pedya yung sinusuot mo. Hindi rin po pwede na maliit yung mukha mo, pang-adult or large na N95 mask yung susuotin mo. Kasi dapat po yan, fit sa face mo, yung tipong mahihirapan kang huminga. That is the criteria sa paggagamit ng N95. Kapag may nakakapaka sa gilid ng mask mo, N95, may lumalabas na hangin, kapatid, magpalit ka ng N95 or else hindi effective ang mask mo. Okay? Parang wala rin yan. Next is airborne precaution. Airborne route, okay, ang na-anticipate mo dito. Disinfectioning, nebulizing, intubation,
Yung other cases, gumagamit sila dito ng complete set of PPE. Gown, mask, okay, goggles, gloves, etc. Communicable diseases. Let's talk about the communicable diseases. The most common one is the tuberculosis, also known as Koch's disease, phthisis. Okay? Now, ano ang causative agent niyan? Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Okay? For the word mycobacterium, myco means fungus. Bacterium means bacteria. So, two agent. Okay? Two microorganism in one disease to. Okay? May alipunga ka sa baga at may bacteria ka sa baga. Okay? Ano pa? Ito pa pala, tuberculosis, Koch's bacillus, Mycobacterium bovis. Ito pa yung mga ibang term sa kanya. Mode of transmission natin, airborne and droplet. Sir, ba't dalawa? Sa community po, sa labas ng hospital, that is droplet. Pero pag nasa loob ka na ng hospital, consider mo na siya as airborne. Okay? Kasi po, ano ba meron sa hospital? Closed environment. Okay? Naka-aircon pa. Okay? So of course, yung ano doon, yung droplet doon, hindi lang babagsak sa lupa 'yon, kundi magdi-diffuse yun sa air. Okay? Next, the signs and symptoms neto. Ano mga signs and symptoms? Leave it blank pala, no? So, nahihirapang huminga. Okay? Night sweats. Okay? Sudden decrease of body weight. Okay? Ano pa? Anorexia, walang gana kumain. Hemoptysis. Okay? Pag-ubo ng may dugo. Okay? Then, body weakness, body malay. Okay? So, yan po ang mga criteria ng TB. Kapag naramdaman mo na yan, expect mo na. Okay? Baka mamaya may TB ka, magpa-check up ka na. Okay? So, ano ang diagnostic procedure natin? Sputum exam, AFB, DSSM, ano pa? Gene expert. Ito yung kailangan mong kumuha ng specimen ng plema at isasend mo sa laboratory. Paano mo kumuha ng specimen or ng plema ng TB patient? Kailangan po, okay, umagang-umaga, walang kinakain si pasyente, walang iniinom na tubig, unang dahak niya. Tuturuan mo, of course, dumahak yon. Okay? Unang dahak niya. Kailangan isushoot niya dun sa sterile specimen na ibinigay ng nurse or ng laboratory. Okay? Hindi mo pwede isasalin-salin. Kailangan po direct sa sterile container. At kailangan po matransport po yon, madala agad sa hospital within 30 minutes. Or else, hindi tatanggapin ng laboratory yan kasi expired na ang specimen. Okay? Ganun po yon. Kaya yung iba ang ginagawa, kapag dahak, takbo agad sa ospital. Okay? Or, minsan, pumunta muna sila sa ospital ng umagang-umaga, dun sila dadahak. But of course, kapag gano'n ang sistema, hindi na minsan nadadahak ng pasyente. Kaya mas maganda pa lang, sa bahay pa lang, dumahak na. Sir, question! Pwede mo bang mag-toothbrush? Hindi po. Bawal din kasi it can alters the result ng sputum exam. Okay? Ano pa? Chest x-ray. Hindi lang po basihan ng hindi lang po pwede tayo mag-rely din sa sa sputum. Actually, sputum is a good diagnostic procedure. Confirmatory test yan. Pero, of course, hindi ganun kadali din kumuha ng sputum. May mga ibang pasyente hirap na hirap dumahak. Especially the elderly. Okay, mga matatanda na 80s, 90s, 70s, hirap na yung dumahak. Ano pa? Sa mga bata. Tropa, wala pa akong nakita na bata. Okay, 2 years old, 1 year old na marunong nang dumahak. Okay, kasi it's a skill. Okay, so paano mo kukuhanin yung ano na yan, yung sputum nila? So, ang ginagawa ng ibang doctor, nagre-rely sila sa x-ray. Okay? At makikita mo naman sa x-ray, no? As you can see in the picture, fibrous scar. Upper lung part ng chest x-ray, makikita mo na agad yan. Next is tuberculin test or the Mantoux test, which is ito yung lumabas sa exam ninyo. Okay? Mantoux test, para ini-skin test ka lang dito na magpa-positive ka. Okay? May solution na bibigay sa'yo, PPD, tapos after 5 to 10 minutes, 30 minutes, pag lumaki yan, positive ka. And mind you, lahat tayo positive dyan kasi madumi po ang hangin sa Pilipinas. Okay? This is the disadvantage of third world country. Okay? Madumi ang hangin natin. Therefore, lahat po tayo merong TB sa baga. Okay? Inactive nga lang. Okay? Nursing management, short course therapy. This includes the TB DOTS. Okay? Direct observation therapy course.
and the ripes. Okay, ano yung ripes na to? Gamot po to. Rifampicin, isoniazid, pyrazinamide, ethambutol rather, and streptomycin. Ano po ang prevention natin dito? Of course, we have the BCG vaccine and health teaching natin, okay? And respiratory isolation, which is wearing N95 kapag nag-handle ka ng may TB na pasyente. Okay? So, ano i-health teaching mo sa community? Kapatid, simple lang. Okay? Kapag TB patient, nalaman mo may TB patient, hindi mo siya kailangan pandirihan. Hindi mo kailangan pandirihan ng utensils na ginamit niya. Kutsara. Okay? May mga ganun kasing misconception eh. Huwag daw gagamit ng kutsara ng TB patient. Totoo naman, huwag kang gumamit ng ibang kutsara ng ibang tao kasi hygiene yun eh. Pero, kapatid, kahit gumamit ka ng kutsara ng may TB na pasyente, hindi ka mahahawa. Bakit? Ano diniscuss ko? Airborne and droplet ang mode of transmission niyan, hindi contact precaution. Okay? Hindi laway precaution. Okay? So, wag po sanang pandirihan ng may TB na pasyente ha. Okay? Kasi, yon stereotyping sa practice natin yon na common na madalas kong makita. Saan? Sa ospital ngayon. Pinapa-aral kasi yung pandidiri. Hindi alam hindi inaaral mabuti yung case. Ang mode of transmission, airborne droplet, pinandidirihan. Parang mga tanga. Ay, sorry. Nadadala ako sa bugso ng damdamin kasi maraming nurses na nandidiri sa may TB na pasyente. Ay, nako. Ito po yung mga drugs natin. Rifampicin. Anong tinitira niya? Yung RNA polymerase. Isoniazid. Tinitira niya yung bacterial CAT-G. Okay? Sinisira niya or in-inhibit niya yung synthesis ng mycolic acids na present sa mycobacterial wall. Pyrazinamide. Ano ginagawa niya? Pinagpo-produce siya ng pyrazinolic acid na nakakasira din sa cell wall ng mycobacteria. Okay? Ethambutol. Anaerobic synthesis. To the point na madali permeability yung mycobacterial cell wall. Therefore, mamamatay yung nucleic ng cell, ng TB cell. And streptomycin. Nire-reverse niya yung rRNA ng ribosome doon sa TB cell. Okay? So, sir, question, lahat po ba yung ibibigay sa pasyente? Depende po. Okay? Yung iba ang ginagawa, 5 na yan, ina-administer, binibigay sa TB patient. Pero yung iba, kino-consider yung side effects, yung potential risk, yung adverse effects sa body. Therefore, yung ibang doktor namimili lang ng ibibigay. It's either ripe, or ripes, or RIE, R-I-E. Okay? Ini-skip nila yung P or S. So, depende po. Pero the most common is combination, ripe po, or ripes. Okay? So, ano ang mga ina-expect mo na mga side effect, kapatid? Tatandaan mo po ba yan? Yung mga kilogram na yan? Hindi na po. Ito po ang tandaan mo. TB man. Okay? Sa streptomycin, it is a ototoxic. Okay? Meaning, pwedeng makarinig ng tinnitus yung pasyente mo, pwedeng humina ang pandinig, kasi po, side effect po yan ng streptomycin. So, kung alam mong ganyan ang side effect ng streptomycin, ituro mo sa pasyente mo para hindi naman siya matakot, hindi naman siya maparanoid. Ay, ba't humihina pandinig ko? Ay, ba't may naririnig akong ringing sound sa tenga ko? Due to streptomycin po yun. Next is isoniazid. Ano ang isoniazid? Peripheral neuropathy, neurotoxic, hepatotoxic. Tignan ang picture ni TB man. Ano makikita mo? Yung I nasa daliri. Meaning, may pamamanhid sa mga daliri. Turuan mo ang pasyente mo. Okay? Makakaramdam ko po minsan ng tingling sensation, numbness, okay? Sa dulo ng mga daliri mo. Kasi peripheral neuropathy. Therefore, ano bibigay mo sa pasyente mo? Sa nag-isoniazid? The water-soluble vitamins. The vitamin B complex. Okay? Next is ethambutol. For the word ethambutol starts with the letter E. Saan mo siya makikita? Sa mata. Kaya makikita mo sa drawing, letter E, nasa mata. Okay? Optic neurism. Paglabo ng mata, turuan mo rin. Okay? Baka po mamaya, bigla po lumalabo paningin nyo. Parang humihina po kayo makakita. Okay? So, possible po, side effect po yun ng ethambutol. Next is rifampicin. Hepatotoxic din po ito. Kaya kung makikita nyo yung R, nasa liver din. At the same time, yung R, parang ihe. Kasi po, ine-expect po natin sa mga nagtitake ng rifampicin, magiging orange ang ihi niyan or parang close to redness na. Kaya po, okay, tinuturo to para hindi matakot yung pasyente na pag umihi na ng red, expected na nila yon. Okay? Next is pyrazinamide. O, makikita mo, hepatotoxic din, hyperuricemia. So, saan mo ito makikita? Sa tuhod. Kasi expect mo magkakaroon to ng gout arthritis. Okay? Kasi may increase in uric acid. Okay? So, that's the TB man. Yung S, nasa tenga. Yung I, nasa daliri at nasa liver. Yung E, nasa mata. Yung R, nasa ihi at nasa liver. At yung P, nasa tuhod. Okay? Ganyan po ang TB man para hindi po kayo malito at alam nyo yung sequence. Alam nyo yung side effects. Kapag tinanong kayo ng kliyente nyo ngayon, napakaangas. Okay, next is diphtheria, also known as the bull neck. Okay? Bull neck ha, hindi burneck. Okay, causative agent natin, Cori, Neobacterium, diphtheria, Lofer, Bacillus. O ano po ang mode of transmission niyan? Droplets and secretion. Signs and symptoms, pathognomonic sign, pseudomembrane. As you can see on the picture, the white membrane in oral mucosal lining that can cause dysphagia and dyspnea. Parang may chewing gum na nakadikit sa ngalangala. Kapatid, pag nakakita ka niyan, okay, huwag ka na agad magpatumpik-tumpik pa, mag-face mask ka na, mag-N95 ka na. Okay? Ano pa? Or, before ka talaga mag-open, mag-assess ng mouth ng pasyente mo, mag-N95 ka as always kasi hindi mo alam kung ano yung nasa loob niyan. Okay? Sir, hindi po ba tonsil stones yan? Iba po ang tonsil stones. Nasa gilid lang po. Yan ng lalamunan. Pero pag nakakita ka ng ganyan, parang chewing gum na nakadikit sa ngalangala, ayan po yun. Diphtheria na yan. Automatic yan. Hindi na kailangan ng lab test yan. Hindi na kailangan ng culture yan. Okay? Automatic yan. Diphtheria na yan. Sir, pwede kong kutkutin? Wag, masakit yan, tropa. Pag kinutkot mo, ginawa mo namang chewing gum talaga. O, diagnostic test mo, the nose and throat swab culture, slick test. Ito po, confirmatory test. But of course, when we say pathognomonic sign, automatic yun kahit wala na confirmatory test, automatic positive na yun doon. Okay? Or siya lang, yung may sakit na may signs and symptoms na ganun or itsurang ganun. Okay? That is the definition of pathognomonic sign. So, nursing management natin, walang iba. Penicillin. Penicillin lang po gamot dyan. Prevention natin, DPT, vaccine, and respiratory isolation. Wearing a face mask. Next is pertussis. Ito, 2024, nagkalat to. Okay? Dumami ang may pertussis. Okay? Ano causative agent niya? Also known as Tusperina, day cough. Kasi po, talagang ubo yan ng ubo. Woofing cough. Where the word woofing cough, woof, woof. Okay? Parang dog yan. Causative agent natin, Bordella pertussis, Haemophilus pertussis. Mode of transmission natin, bronchial and laryngeal secretion. Signs and symptoms natin, pathognomonic sign, woofing cough. As I've mentioned kanina, woof, woof. Okay, parang aso niyan. Kung kakaubo mo, pwede kang ma-aspirate. Okay, kakaubo mo, pwede kang mag-cause ng metabolic alkalosis. Kasi nga, nasisikret mo yung gastric juices ng stomach mo. Okay, mawawala yung acid sa sikmura mo. Ano pa? Okay? I-release mo yung since ubo ka ng ubo, tumataas ang intra-abdominal pressure mo. Pwede kang magkaluslos, hernia. Pwede kang magkaroon ng increase intra-optic pressure. Pwede kang mamula ang mata. Okay? Diagnostic test natin, Bordet Gengu agar test. Nursing management natin, erythromycin, penicillin. CBC natin, avoid pollutants, provide abdominal binder in children to avoid and prevent hernia. Kailangan naglalagay ng binder or else magkakaluslos yan. Prevention, DPT vaccine and respiratory isolation. Tetanus. Causative agent natin, Clostridium, tetany. Mode of transmission natin, we have the umbilical cord. Cutting, okay, ng neonate. Kapag mayroong contaminated yung, of course, scissors, kaya po tayo nag-autoclave. Dental caries in children or yung mga bunge, yung mga bulok ng ngipin. Yan po. And wound in adult. Signs and symptoms, pathognomonic signs natin, Rusis sarconychum. Rather, ano po itsura nito? Facial spasm, devil smile. Tropa, search nyo to. Rusis sardonicus. Tropa, makikita mo, devil smile talaga. Parang nakangiti. Akala mo nakangiti siya na parang devil, kapatid. Kapag nakakita ka ng ganon, okay, wag mong sapakin. Okay, baka mamaya may tetanus yun. Okay? Maging judgmental ka na naman. Next is
Opistotonus. Okay, the arcing back after the meninges dysphagia and stiffness of jaw. Ito po 'yon. Nakita niyo sa picture. Okay? Pag nakakita ka ng ganyan, huwag niyo isipin na exorcism ha. Okay, isipin niyo tetanus. Or, pwede pong psychiatric disorder din. Baka mamaya catatonic schizophrenia pala. So, yung dalawa na pamimilian mong sakit ng pasyente. Next is nursing management natin, penicillin G, antitoxin, and antitetanus serum. Diagnostic natin, only history of punctured wound. Prevention natin, DPT vaccines, and yung TT, tetanus toxoid vaccine natin. Poliomyelitis, also known as infantile paralysis, causative agent natin, enterovirus, poliovirus. Mode of transmission natin, fecal oral. Signs and symptoms natin, atrophy, paralysis, muscle weakness, uncoordinated motor movements. Diagnostic natin is lumbar tap, Pandy's test. Nursing management natin, rehabilitation, kasi wala naman po talagang management na dyan or cure dyan once na na-infect ka na dyan. Kaya po lagi tayong may prevention dyan na POV, Poral Oleo Vaccine. Okay? Kung maaalala sa mga center, di ba, nagbibigay ka niyan. Ito po yun. Okay? So, yun. Automatic naman, kapag nabigyan ka naman ng first dose ng bata ka, safe ka na po dyan. Next is measles, rubiola, or morbilli, or also known as the tigdas. Causative agent natin, the measles virus, Paramaxovirus. Mode of transmission natin is droplet. Pathognomonic sign, ano ang signs and symptoms natin? Coplix, spot. Pag pinanganga mo, sa buccal area niya, maraming puti-puti. Kapatid, matakot ka na. Tapos may conjunctiva, coryza, cup, skin rash, aray ko be. Matakot ka na. Diagnostic procedure, PA reveals measles. Yun nga, sa mouth pa lang. Nursing management natin, supportive at symptoms. So kung naglalagnat, paracetamol lang. Hydration, painumin mo ng tubig. Magbigay ka ng electrolyte. Watch out for complication which is pneumonia. Okay? Prevention natin, measles vaccine. Hepatitis, ito po, marami pong uri ng hepatitis. A, infectious. B, serum, which is wala nang cure dito kapag nagkaroon ka ng Hepa B virus. Hepa C, non-AB paroxysovirus. Mode of transmission natin, blood and body fluids. Okay? Signs and symptoms natin, dahil nga hepatitis, namamaga ang liver mo, jaundice, expect mo. Yellow sclerae, dilaw ang mata. Anorexia, nausea and vomiting, muscle pain, and abdominal pain. Of course, expect mo kapatid, yan ay taong dilaw. Okay? Bakit dilaw? Sayong sayo. Bakit dilaw? Yan po yun. Okay? Pag nakita ka niyan, yun yung parang logo ng Chiquito. Dilaw na dilaw. Okay? Diagnostic procedure natin, of course, yung hepatitis diagnostic test natin, HBsAg. Nursing management natin, supportive at symptoms, and prevention natin is Hepa vaccine. Tropa tingin. Yan po ang types ng hepatitis. Okay, source of infection, feces, fecal oral route, ANE lang yan. The rest is body fluid, BCD. Okay? Chronic infection, ang chronic lang dyan is BCD. Curable lang A, curable lang E. Pero ang BCD, hindi po. Prevention po, more on immunization, pre- and post-exposure immunization. And sa A po, of course, NE, food hygiene lang. Sa BCD, long-term commitment yan. Actually, ang B, wala na pong lunas yan. Yan po. Yan po ang mga gamot. Okay? Yan po lang ang mga pathogens, signs and symptoms, incubation period, methods of transmission, and diagnostic test. Next is food and water transmitted disease. Okay. So, food and water transmitted disease naman tayo. We have the mode of transmission, we have the fecal oral, except red tide poisoning. Ano po i-consider nyo dito? The 5 Fs, the finger, food, feces, flies, fomites. Common signs and symptoms natin, nausea and vomiting, and of course, diarrhea. Prevention natin, proper sanitation of food and water. This is the enteric precaution. Cholera. Pag nakakarinig ka ng cholera, also known as ELTOR. Okay? Causative agent natin, Vibrio cholera. Signs and symptoms natin, rice watery stool. Kung ano yung nakita sa timba na yan, isipin mo kanin na may tubig na hindi pa nasaing. Okay? Yun po yung itsura ng rice watery stool. Okay? Ang diagnostic test natin is stool culture. Medications natin, tetracycline lang. Maraming napatay ang cholera na to sa Africa. Okay? Kasi nga, wala well sanitated na or clean water sa Africa, no? Next is amoebic dysentery or the amoeba. Causative agent natin, Entamoeba histolytica. Signs and symptoms natin, abdominal cramping, bloody mucoid stool. At the same time, vomiting, ganun din. Okay, tapos nagtatae rin. Diagnostic stool culture po, then medication sa atin is metronidazole only. Sir, kapag po ba nagkaroon na ako ng amoeba, amoebiasis, okay, mawawala po ba ito sa katawan ko? Hindi po, matutulog lang yan. Okay, pag nakakain ka ulit ng hindi maganda, magiging activate or mag-activate ulit yan. Okay? Kumaga, best friend mo na yan. Next is typhoid fever. Causative agent natin, Shigella bacillus. Signs and symptoms natin, as you can see on the screen, rose spot in abdomen, fever, board-like abdomen, matigas ang abdomen yan, and diarrhea. Diagnostic test natin is the type dot. Medication natin, chloramphenicol. Jaundice. The hepatitis A, hepavirus. Signs and symptoms natin, headache, fever, and jaundice. Prevention natin, hepa vaccine. Paralytic shellfish or the red tide poisoning na madalas mong marinig kapag summer. Causative agent, dono, flagellates. Ano daw? Basta ito yung phytoplankton. Ito si plankton ng SpongeBob. Ito po yun. Okay? Mode of disease or transmission, ingestion of raw or inadequate cooked seafoods or the red tide season. Ano signs and symptoms natin dito? Numbness of face, especially in the mouth. Vomiting and dizziness. Headache, paresthesia, weakness, and respiratory arrest, which is ito yung end stage na. Nursing management natin, no definite treatment. Pure coconut milk will weaken toxic effect. Sodium bicarb in the early stage of illness. Prevention natin, of course, don't or avoid shellfish during red tide, and don't mix vinegar to shellfish. It increase toxic effect, which is ito yung ginagawa ng di ba, mga kinilaw. Okay, mas nakakatakot yon. Okay. Next is sexual transmitted diseases. Mode of transmission, of course, sexual intercourse. Prevention natin, ABCD, abstinence, be faithful, condom, and do not penetrate. Syphilis. Ano causative agent natin? Treponella pallidum, which is, it's a painless blister. Pag makikipag-sex kayo or may ganap, okay? Huwag kayong papayag na lights off. Kasi pag lights off, hindi mo makikita yung ari niyan, okay? Ng kapartner mo, okay? Or ng kasex mo. Kasi po, okay? Kailangan, as a nurse, ina-assess mo rin yung kapartner mo. Pag nakakita ng ganyan, retreat! Soldier retreat! Okay, huwag ka nang magpatuloy. Kundi, magkakaroon ka ng ganyan. Aray ka! Diagnosis, dark field illumination test, Wasserman test, rapid plastary agent test. Of course, ang medication natin dito, walang kamatayang tetracycline. Gonorrhea. Causative agent natin, Neisseria gonorrhea. Signs and symptoms natin, Bavarian style, tick, purulent discharge, painful urination. Diagnostic natin, urethral culture. Medication natin, penicillin, tetracycline na naman, and ceftriaxone. Trichomoniasis. Ano causative agent natin? Trichomoniasis vaginitis. Signs and symptoms nito, parang avocado shake, green, creamy, frothy, itchy, and foul-smelling discharge. Medication, metronidazole. Sir, asan po yung tsurang tulo dyan? Ito po yung tulo, tropa, yung gonorrhea. Okay? Ito, iba to. Chlamydia. Causative agent natin, Chlamydia trachomatis. Signs and symptoms natin, dyspareunia. Mahirap umihi. Sakit umihi. Fishy smell from female and painful urination for male. Medication natin, tetracycline na naman. Okay? Aray ko. Moniliasis or the candidiasis. Causative agent natin, Candida albicans. Signs and symptoms natin, white cheese-like vaginal discharge. Medication natin is fluconazole. AIDS, causative agent natin, retrovirus. Mode of transmission natin, sex, needle prick, placenta, and blood transfusion. Signs and symptoms natin, oral candidiasis, herpes simplex, leukopenia, tuberculosis. That's the number 1. Okay? Na cause of death ng may AIDS. Pneumonia, second to the cause of death. Pseudomonas infection. Diagnostic test natin, ELISA and Western blot. Treatment natin, ititreat mo lang yung opportunistic before giving antiretroviral drugs. Eruptive disease, Varicella, also known as the chickenpox. Causative agent, Varicella zoster virus. Mode of transmission, we have the droplet. Signs and symptoms natin, centrifugal rashes, starts with the abdomen and pruritus. Nursing management natin, acyclovir, and treatment natin is also vaccine. Next is rubella. German measles, causative agent natin, RNA-containing Toga virus. Mode of transmission natin is droplet. Signs and symptoms natin, maculopapular rash, headache, low-grade fever, and sore throat. Rubella titer test ang diagnostic procedure natin. And for the treatment, MMR vaccine. Shingles. Ito yung herpes mo. Yan, pag nakita na ganyan, herpes yan, tropa. Okay? Causative agent, herpes zoster virus. Mode of transmission, droplets po. Signs and symptoms natin, painful, vesiculopostural lesion, and low-grade fever. And nursing management natin, acyclovir ointment. Next is dengue fever. Urban disease, biting time, 3 to 4 p.m. Taray, may oras. Causative agent natin, dengue virus, chikungunya virus. Mode of transmission natin, indirect contact vector, Aedes aegypti. Diagnostic, platelet count, tourniquet test, and dengue antibody. Ito yung NS1, okay? Nursing management, supportive care, avoid aspirin or ibuprofen. Kasi po, baka mag-bleed ang pasyente. Prevention natin, 4 o'clock habit. Tanggalin mo yung mga stagnant water. Maglinis ka ng kapaligiran. Okay? Next is vector-borne diseases. This includes yung malaria. Causative agent natin plasmodium rather. Parasite. Mode of transmission natin, indirect contact vector. Signs and symptoms natin, fever, disease, LOC, hematuria. Diagnostic natin, incidence of malaria or malaria smear. Prevention ulit natin is 4 o'clock habit. Yung malaria, common yan sa Palawan. Okay? Sa Visayas and Mindanao yan. Filariasis or elephantiasis. Causative agent natin, Wuchereria bancrofti. Mode of transmission natin, indirect contact vector sa Aedes poecilus. Signs and symptoms natin is microfilariae in the blood. Ang complication natin, hindi lang paglaki ng paa, hindi lang elephantiasis, pati po yung hydrocele o paglaki ng bayag, lymphangitis, or yung mga lymph nodes mo namamaga. Diagnosis natin, immunochromatographic test, and prevention ulit natin is 4 o'clock habit. Next is schistosomiasis or the blood fluke. Affect the liver, leading to malnutrition. Causative agent natin, Japonium. Transmission natin, contact with fresh water with Sarcaria and penetrate to skin. Vector snail. Okay, ang vector niya is snail. Signs and symptoms natin is the blood stool, diarrhea, enlarged abdomen, and anemia. Diagnostic stool, of course, stool test, may itlog. Nursing management natin, Praziquantel, the only drug for this. Prevention natin, dispose feces properly, prevent exposure to infected water. Next is skin diseases naman tayo. We have the leprosy. Causative agent natin is Mycobacterium leprae. Mode of transmission natin, droplet, prolonged skin-to-skin contact. Mahil ka makipaghawak ng kamay. Yan. Signs and symptoms, change skin color, painful nerve and eye. And we have ulcer. Ulceration ng balat ha, hindi ng sikmura. Prevention, good personal hygiene. Eto, matakot ka pag kami ganito, ano? Anthrax, malignant pustule, causative agent natin, Bacillus anthracis. Mode of transmission, prolonged skin-to-skin contact, inhaled spores. Signs and symptoms, pulmonary and GI tract form. So, it's either pneumonia, LBM, etc. Next is, diagnostic natin is culture. Pwede po swab culture sa mismong sugat. Nursing management natin, penicillin and tetracycline. Prevention natin is proper hand hygiene and control of dust. Scabies, causative agents, Sarcopy scabies. Mode of transmission natin is direct contact. Ayan po, parang shining shimmering glory. Signs and symptoms, itchy, eruptive of moist, warm, cold.
Diagnostic test natin is wound culture. Nursing management natin is using Quell lotion. Hindi lang po para sa kuto yan. Okay, ang Quell. Pati rin po sa body kapag naka-lotion na para sa mga ganito. Prevention, proper hand hygiene. Oh, ito naman. Best friend ng mga ibang ng ibang mga bata, no? Simula paglaki kasama nila, pediculitis or the head lice, causative agent, pinea or pediculosis, capitis. Mode of transmission natin, direct contact. Lilipat lang sa kabilang ulo, no? Signs and symptoms, itchiness of the scalp. Nursing management, Quell and vinegar. Prevention natin is proper hand hygiene. So dito pala sa kuto, okay, may kuto rin po sa bulbol, may kuto rin sa kilikili, may kuto rin sa burne, kahit saan pwede po magkaroon ng kuto. At mind you, iba-iba po ang structure ng kuto sa mga nabanggit ko. Iba po yung pang-clamp ng mga kuto na yan sa bulbol, sa buko, sa kilikili, etc. Next is intestinal parasitism diseases. We have the fecal-oral lang mode of transmission. 5 fingers pa rin, don't forget. Diagnostic lagi dito is fecalysis. Ang drug of choice sa lahat ng sakit na itong babanggitin ko na to, basta under intestinal parasitism disease, anti-helmetics. Lahat ng Zol. Okay? Ebendazole. Next is prevention, proper sanitation of food and water, and of course, we have the hygiene. Ubo ko ng ubo. Ascariasis, giant worm, number 1 GI problem in the Philippines. Okay? Ito yung kapag inoperahan, may spaghetti. Kaya sabi nila, pag sa operating room, bawal kang kumain ng spaghetti or else ito makikita mo. Okay? Causative agent natin, Ascaris lumbricoides. Signs and symptoms natin, pot-bellied or big abdomen. So, voracious eater, timawa. Grabe, tapos maliit ang extremities. Teniasis or the biggest tapeworm. Causative agent natin, Tinea sodium sa pork, Tinea saginata sa beef, Dipilibotryum latum sa fish. Okay, signs and symptoms natin, muscle soreness, scleral hemorrhage. Capillariasis or the whipworm. Causative agent natin, trichosis, trichuria. Signs and symptoms natin, abdominal pain and diarrhea. Enterobiasis or the pinworm. Causative agent natin, Enterobius vernicularis. Signs and symptoms natin, nocturnal anal itchiness. Kapag kumakati ang butas ng puwet ng pasyente, expect mo na may pinworm yan. Okay? Kasi po, dun sila lang nangingitlog. Next is cyclostomiasis or the hookworm. Causative agent natin is duodeocyclostoma duodena. Signs and symptoms natin is dermatitis, anemia, and black fishy stool. Maitim, tapos amoy yung masangsang. Ito po yun. May hookworm siya. Next is leptospirosis. Ito yung tinatawag nating mud fever, whale's disease, trench fever, or flood fever. Kasi po, ito po ay nanggagaling sa mga waste ng daga. Okay? Causative agent natin, Leptospira interrogans. Mode of transmission natin, open wound contact with infected water, soil contaminated with urine of infected host or the rat. Okay? Signs and symptoms natin, fever, headache, cough, chest pain. Diagnostic test natin dito is blood and CSF culture. Or, pwede rin during interview kung lumusong sa baha. Nursing management natin is tetracycline. For the preventions, wear boots and gloves, eradicate the rats, segregation of domestic animals, and awareness. Next is the rabies. Okay? Also known as the Lisa or Lereg. Okay? Affects CNS. Causative agent natin, rhabdovirus. Mode of transmission natin, bite or scratch of rabid animal. Non-biting animal. Kasama po yung leaking. Source po nito is saliva. Signs and symptoms po natin, we have the headache, fever, sensory change, delirium, convulsion, and paralysis. Diagnostic test natin is the culture. Prevention, wash the affected area with soap and water. Active and passive immunity, antibody, and anti-tetanus. Signs of rabies is observed in animal for 14 days. Of course, wag mong papatayin yung asong yon or yung animal na yon, and have pet immunized at the age of 3 months. Tropa, tingin. Ayan po ang mga kategory ng mga animal bite, no? Category 1, dinilaan ka lang, okay, or umawak ka, pinakain mo yung animal, dinilaan yung balat mo, pero wala ka namang open wound. Second, category 2, meron ng uncovered skin, meron ka ng sugat na maliit, may abrasion ka na, pero walang bleeding. Okay? Ang medication doon or ang recommended doon, rabies vaccine. Okay? Sa category naman, wala naman. Okay? Hand washing lang yan. Pwede na yan.
Dito sa category 2, hand washing, sabunin yung area, tapos rabies vaccine. Next is category 3. Okay, kapag meron ng penetration, kinagat na, okay? May kalmot na, dumugo na, okay? Nadilaan yung basta 'yun, kung ano may nadilaan sa iyo. Ano mga neto, management, rabies vaccine and the rig, okay? Ano yung rig? Ito yung immunoglobulin, okay? Rig kung tawagin sa iba. Different site, distance from each other. Rig not needed after 7 days of first dose of RV. So, ito po yun. The Rabipur and the Virorab. Ito po yung common na binibigay natin na rabies vaccine. Okay? Yung mga kamahalan yan. Pero of course, kapag nakagat ka, ito na ang bibigay sa'yo. Rig. Okay? So, yan. That's it. Thank you.